Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of
No.
Dawg Talk Sports. You are with yours truly, your boy P. Schmitty in the house, along with my boy Ray Trem. It's just the two of us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So you know what that means.
It's Dirty Dawg Talk tonight.
The juice is loose.
Feeling frisky right now. Yeah, Dano right now. He's watching his New York Jets do the damn thing on a Thursday night edition of NFL. Looking pretty good, 14-0. And Zach is not with us tonight. His father had surgery, so shout out to Lord Luke. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Zach, we miss you. We're going to do the recaps. Don't worry. We got their picks. We got their commentary.
Some Phelps.
I think, Ray, you being out the past couple episodes,
We got some
you
pent up
started with the commentary from afar. But you're back this week. Let's get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's some clarifications we got to make over the past few weeks. There's some dirty talk being spread, but I can confirm one thing. We are officially a Cincinnati Bengal team in this household.
Boom! Listen. I called it last week. I took the notice. I sent in the papers. I mailed them out. See you later, Giants fandom. Hello, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we got a temporary restraining order on the New York Giants until further notice, indefinitely suspended. I just can't get behind it, but we'll get to there. We'll get there. Speaking of New York sports, though, let's give a shout out to all of our family team, the one and only team where all the dogs agree on. Our New York fucking Yankees, who I happen to be in the Pacific Northwest, happened to fly out of Seattle, game one of the Mariners series. So your boy was there watching them do the damn thing. 10-1. And then the next night, we get a clincher. Playoffs, here we fucking come. Let's
Boom.
go.
Blast off the fucking champagne. Put the goggles on, baby. However, I wanna just put this down right now. There's been a lot of hate going on in this podcast, and your boy right here
Stay faithful. The most faithful.
The most faithful. So I want to take a moment for myself to reflect on this season. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I was never in doubt that we were going to make the playoffs, but now that we've hit that magic number, we've clinched. Now the load's a little bit lighter. It feels like now.
I mean, there's good things happening. There's some good things happening. Luke Weaver just throwing heat in the ninth.
Dude, come on. That's what I want from my closer.
Yeah, that's the fucking energy you need, man. And it's like, you have little things like fucking Volpe getting benched was phenomenal. What did he do today? He made a great defensive play today. I will give him that. He made a beautiful defensive play.
Offensively, not it.
No, still a loss.
I love the kid. I want him to succeed more than anybody in recent history. Him, and when we had Joey Gallo on the team, I wanted him so bad to be good for the Yankees, and it just didn't happen.
No, but that ship had sailed, man.
Volpe has a glove behind him.
He does.
And he's young. He's still young. He's a kid.
And he's there's growing pains, man. This team has struggled all year, and it's just been the story of ups and downs. Like, there has been a lot of slander on the podcast. I'm one of them. I've gone a lot of slander. But again, it's timing too. Like Clark Schmidt's back on the mound. Luis Heel is healthy and starting to fucking put it back together. They threw Stroh off the fucking out of the pen the other night. just to get some time.
But,
Uh,
well, because it's not going to be in come playoff time. All right. If I had to pick a starting three right now,
yep,
you got obviously Cole's your guy.
yep,
As much as hot and cold, Rodon,
got it.
he he gives you
He
he
gives
gives
you
you
the second best chance to win.
yeah. And then number three, I'm still going Schmitty. Heel is right there,
Yeah,
but those four guys, and depending on how Rodon is pitching coming into October, you could move him around too.
yeah.
But I
No,
think
I
those
agree with
four
that.
guys,
I think that's got to be a rotation. Stroh coming in long relief, like that's huge, man. Like
and
that puts it for
that's
anybody. Anybody
good
starts having a
too.
rocky night.
Yeah,
See,
but I think Nestor coming out of the pen is good too.
yeah,
Uh, Clay Holmes, put him in the seventh inning or something. Let
yeah,
him not no high leverage, just no pressure on him. That's what he needs.
yeah,
Luke Weaver's the hot hand right now. I think he's your closer.
yeah.
And
Ride it. Just fucking ride it.
they've been using him for multiple innings. I think you tone that down as we're approaching the playoffs. Ninth inning, he's our guy. That's but yeah, I mean, we are our new magic number. 6 games clinches the East. 4 for first round bye. Um, we're gonna have playoffs in New York, baby. We are.
Yeah, I mean,
October baseball is something special, and it's something in the air. And perfect time to. I'm gonna take a moment right now to shout out my lovely wife. Today, as we're recording, is our anniversary. So shout out, honey. 6 years ago, walked into a Yankees Red Sox game, met
boom.
the love of my life. Boom. It was magic.
Things
3 years
magical,
ago,
magical things happen at that stadium.
on the terrace. So Yankees, playoff time, it's something special. I listen, I'm gonna say it here first. Said it multiple times, but we're gonna win the World Series.
I listen, it's the playoffs, right? Day one, game one, first pitch of every playoff game. It is 50-50 ball. Anybody's chance. Anything can happen. Any given, any night, those nights pop, those lights pop on in the stadium, air gets a little chilly. That's what baseball's
Magic.
about.
I I think though, because of I mean, we've this team has been slandered in this podcast, but I think all of those trials and tribulations are battle testing this team.
Yeah.
And I think come October, we are going to be Teflon. And
And listen, man, like, New York is one of the hardest places to play sports in the world. Everybody knows that. There's no worse, harsher critics in any other city across the country than New York, right? So you gotta have your tough pants on to play here. But yeah, we got guys like Aaron Judge, we got Juan Soto, we got Garrett Cole. Like the pieces are there, the pump is primed. There's no excuses anymore. And that's where we always criticize the most about the excuses and fucking Boone's stupid, like his stupidity and his dumb remarks, and it's just but it's time. Playoff baseball starts. Let's fucking go. Go out there and let's do it. Let's bring it home, and we can finally rest our
20
souls a bit.
the chase for 28. We've been waiting since
Chase
fucking 2009 chasing 28.
and chasing that fox, man. I'm ready to scratch that itch one more time.
My God. But also, regardless of that fact, just in case, I know we've said that we have to win the World Series to re-sign Soto. I don't.
I don't think so. I think
Soto's not anywhere. Did you? All right.
yeah.
The post game yesterday. Did you see how much fun this fucking kid is having on this team?
Yeah, he loves his teammates. He loves New York. You could tell it's just a difference, man. Like he wants to be here. I think the Mets, if you're a diehard Juan Soto fan, I think the Mets should scare you a little bit because they got the checkbook and they're going to dump it out. We know that. But now it's up to the New York management to go out there, give it a competitive offer, and say, "We know you want to stay. What do you want? What do you want to stay here in pinstripes, the real
It's going to
pinstripes?"
come down to Hal Steinbrenner
Yeah.
and
And number 99.
that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Because that guy knows having Soto on that team helps him out.
Yeah, it's special, man. It's special.
So, yeah, that's all I got for the Yankees tonight. I'm rolling in the fact that playoff clinched already. It's midway. We're halfway through September. Like,
Yeah.
let's lock it down.
We're not chasing till the last fucking game. It's just, thank God. Like we're here. We're there.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the wild card. I want straight to the division series and let's fucking go.
I concur. All right. So
So,
with that said, let's roll this boat on.
so let's do we'll do a recap of last week's NFL docket. We'll hit everything. We'll go over some games. We'll touch on our team's wins, losses, highs and lows, and then we'll do our picks for this week. We got Dan's picks. We got Zach's picks. Um, let's get into it. I mean, last week we started Thursday night. We had boy.
Ooh, this was a tough night. It was a tough night for a lot of people.
So, right,
Um,
jump on.
I'll start this because I feel a little responsibility for this one because I have slandered Tua forever, forever. And then the year I take him as my backup fantasy quarterback in two leagues, my starter in two other leagues, my man, my man gets he slides into DeMar Hamlin, the most
No,
just
didn't slide. He
no,
dropped his shoulder.
He dove with
He
his
tried
head.
to put a move on him and threw his shoulder and whiplashed his head.
Yeah, just not not good. Not good. And listen, we could beat this home. I mean, I don't know. As a concussion sufferer myself with multiple concussions, which stopped my athletic career in high school. Um, you only got one brain. I don't know. I get it. I think if you want to go out there and try again, you know, I would
Learn
like
to
to see.
slide. How about that?
It's too late. The damage is done. You can't like you can go out and learn to slide tomorrow. Cool. Next thing you know, he's going to take a freight train hit, and you're going to see the head bounce off the turf again, and then we're back to this, and it's just all bad. It's all bad.
Thriller, but
Yeah,
still.
he's out there thrillering.
But he should know, though. He had no business.
Go get the fucking slip and slide like we saw in Hard Knocks that taught that bummed Caleb how to fucking slide. Maybe that'll do something, but all right, that it's just
Or
bad.
why is he not wearing the shell helmet?
That's a great question too. I think if he does come back, that should be mandatory for him. Like, don't even give him the option. Just make him wear it. Um, you guys got to learn to protect himself. And in general, you see the cloud, the air, the atmosphere gets sucked out of the room in Miami when Tua's hurt, and that sucks to see. Because that team is electric,
Dude, they're
and
fucked without it.
flat without him.
Who's their backup?
Skylar Thompson.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Not it. I mean,
And they signed Tyler Huntley to the practice squad. That was that kid from Baltimore who
he stepped up a good win.
Pro
Lamar.
Bowl Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley, I must say. But
But
yeah, I mean the
Buffalo,
Bills
they
put a hurting on him.
dog walked them.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh Allen came out and said, "Hold my beer, watch this." And they look back. They look
They're
strong.
They are doing everything right. They're utilizing Josh Allen as the savior that they need him to be. And then you know what? They're handing the ball off a ton to James Cook.
Just
They are
let him run.
smashing the ball down people's throats right now. And their defense is playing really well right now
Yeah.
for not having really any offensive weapons outside of Josh Allen and James Cook. Dalton Kincaid's on a milk carton right now.
Yeah.
Like
I think he's got
where
2 catches on the year or something like that. It's bad.
um yeah, I I didn't expect much out of Buffalo, and I gave a lot of shit to Josh Allen in my quarterback rankings, and I will issue the apology right now.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
you don't have to do it yet. It is week
no,
2. It's not.
I shit on him.
There's a couple apologies that will be issued tonight, not by us, but to some people. But we'll see. I don't think you need to apologize yet. I think Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He's doing his thing right now, and you know the tape is still out for me with him.
Yeah, but
He's a
he,
top 10 quarterback.
he's a superstar.
He's a
He
top 10
really.
quarterback, and if you had him outside your top 10, maybe issue a small apology, but he's a top 10 guy.
I I apologize. um,
All right, so up next we got your boys, the Raiders, who
the Raiders.
who you, my boy, were the only one.
Bang! We call that the upset special, baby, because shooters gotta shoot. And listen, you always got a chance, right? That's what we said. Always got a chance.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna issue an apology to Gardner Minshew right now because he threw a pretty bad pick, and I called for his fucking head going into the half. And this guy right here, Max Crosby, gives him the old pat, grabs him before the guy even gets to the bench. He goes, "Hey, dust that shit off. Forget that shit." And that was the game right there.
It was.
That changed the entire momentum and just the confidence, I think, in Gardner Minshew. He came out of that hitting throws. And, dude, this Raiders defense, Christian Wilkins, massive signing because he freed up Max Crosby on a couple monster sacks that Lamar took. Lamar really was held in check, didn't run much. I mean, Derrick Henry, they didn't really. He did okay, so. And can I say catch of the year right now by fucking Devontae Adams on the sideline, fucking twinkle toe tap, got both tooties inbounds, outstretched, grabbed in a huge first down. Listen, I had 1-1. I mean, should have probably beat the Chargers week 1, but hey, hell of a statement win to win on the road in Baltimore against the reigning MVP. I'm all for it. We get a cupcake matchup coming up this week, hopefully. Hopefully with the Red Rifle making his return, but we'll get to him. But yeah, no one was believers except for this guy right here.
Yep.
This guy.
I even had in my notes, AOC needs to start for the Raiders this week or they're lost. And I will issue my apology as well.
Yeah. Listen,
Sorry.
if I grow this bad boy out a little bit further, growing out the handlebars for your boy Minshew badness there.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so next up we had probably Bryce Young's last game as a starter in the near future, the Chargers versus the Panthers. You need to take our advice, right? We've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. It is now set in stone. You fade the Panthers. Take your survivor picks. If you have multiple picks, fade the Panthers at least 50% of those picks, and you're not doing yourself any damage there. I mean, they benched Bryce Young after this game. He looks lost. He looks confused. He we had a discussion in our podcast group chat that he might be the
Bust alert.
bust of all time. I think we're in that realm, and it's not looking good. Chargers walk in, handle business. J.K. Dobbins is fucking back, baby. He is
Jim,
back with a vengeance. I just
Jim Harbaugh football team running the fucking ball.
imagine that, right? Jim Harbaugh with a just team of just people doing their jobs. Like, imagine that. I just pray his Achilles, J.K. Dobbins. I'm putting some prayers up that your Achilles stays strong, brother.
He, hold that baby intact.
Let's hold it intact.
Hold that baby intact. Comeback player of the year loading right there. To touch on Bryce Young, man. I didn't believe it when Zach said it in the chat about being the biggest bust, and I was like, "Hello, Jamarcus Russell is holding a fucking cup of lean in the corner right now, not watching his football practice tape, and lo and behold, kind of comparable stats through their first like 16 games. Not good. However, I think Bryce Young's failures are not necessarily, I mean, a lot on him, but man, what a fucking bad deal that he got in Carolina. Just
I mean, there's no investment
set up for failure. And even Baker said, like, right now, two former Carolina Panther quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold,
out there doing things.
thriving a little bit, while Baker definitely, Darnold having a little bit of a resurgence in Minnesota.
They're leading 2-0 teams right now, aren't they?
So Baker came out in his press conference and kind of alluded to that fact and was like, listen, it's early on still. Like, maybe kid needs time. Yeah, not everybody's ready to go. Look at someone like Geno Smith, flamed out in New York, got a second chance in Seattle, ran Russell Wilson out of town. So, I mean,
And maybe this does make you look at T-Law a little bit different. You know,
I don't know, but
just hear me out. Hear me out. Because, and I say this because we on this podcast, we eviscerate him, saying, he was anointed as the next coming of Jesus and this and that and blah, 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 right? We pick him apart. But, besides the superstars, the Joe Burrows, right? There's a short list of guys that come at the gate and are just gunslingers. Joe can't stay healthy. And I'm the biggest believer. T-Law has managed to take a team of trash into mediocrity and maintain that.
yeah.
And maintain it. They're not a bad team like they used to be. The Jaguars are not the pit of misery.
Took them to the playoffs.
Took them to the playoffs. So that's why I'm saying maybe in this light, with the way of, how we're defending Bryce Young, saying it takes some time. The team needs to be built around you, all this shit. Maybe, just maybe, that's you change your you soften up on T-Law a little bit because it's like you were set up for failure and you're kind of doing.
But he way more weapons than
who's he got? Christian Kirk, Zay Jones,
Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne's a beast. Etienne's a beast, right?
Evan Ingram when he's healthy. They gave him Calvin Ridley.
That guy. Calvin Ridley's a bum too.
He's firing off some drafting parlays right now.
Oh yeah, I got some ruined fucking bets on Calvin Ridley. Anyway,
Next game.
to my favorite game of the week, our man's. Actually, I'm going to load up DH Gate right now and I'm gonna buy us some fucking Derek Carr jerseys, boys, because our king, the GOAT, went out there and said, "Yeah, Dog Talk Sports thinks I'm washed. Half of that podcast says I'm not good. Hold my beer. Check this shit out." Dan, Zach, owe that man an apology. You will be on here next week saying Derek.
Nicely worded. I want this well written and well thought out because there is no slander of Derek Carr when it comes to the dirty dog talk over
He
here.
will not accept any form of Derek Carr slander whatsoever. Because guess what? Guess what? The annual meme is up.
The fucking best teammate. He's a leader. And now he has finally a competent offensive coordinator calling the shots, and he's slinging the ball right now.
Slinging it. And guess what? My favorite meme of the year is up, and it's our boy.
We them boys.
Just checking in.
Also, another, I picked a doubleheader upset of the week last week because I, bam, picked who dat, the Saints over. We them boys.
Yep.
Man, real deal alert.
I mean, they got the pieces, right?
Derek Alvin Kamara, he's back. Like,
yeah, he's doing Kamara things.
Rose up from the dead, and man, they doing some voodoo spells down there in the bayou.
Yeah, and you got an interesting test this week. You know, we'll get to that later on, but if we're back here next week talking about another upset, then yeah, I think we're on real deal alert. I mean, you can't put it on them. I mean, they just went into Dallas and
that game was over at halftime.
Yeah, like they were just they abused the Dallas defense, which is supposed to be one of the better defenses in the league. I mean, just you love to see it if you're in the NFC East. You love everything about it. So I'm proud to see our boy out there doing his thing.
Yeah. Nothing I love more. Listen, I still wish he was a fucking Raider. I will always have that man's back. I will go to war for that man. But yeah, good. Glad to see him having a resurgence down there in NOLA. Hats off, Mr. Carr.
Hats off for the boys. All right, no notes yet from the boys. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Tampa Bay versus Detroit Rock City.
Ooh. Baker.
Talk about being back. Baker looks fucking back. Godwin and Evans are just here we go again. Two of the best pairs in the league just out there, you know. I mean, I got Chris Godwin in our league, and boy, do I like that.
You probably got him for a steal too.
For nothing.
Baker Mayfield just building on last year. Mike Evans was like, I'm coming back. Let's just fucking keep doing it.
Keep rolling, baby. Just keep rolling.
Who would think right now that the NFC South was a couple of heavy hitters down there, right?
I bet, man. People scared to. I mean, most of the NFC South is.
I mean, you got at least 3 teams there that's going to be a tight race. Like,
yeah, as of right now, it's going to be an interesting race, and
that's going to be fun to watch come playoff time because I mean, between what Baker's doing with Tampa, we just talked about Carr in New Orleans, and Captain Kirk down in the ATL. That could be pretty. You could maybe see 2 teams come out of the South grabbing for a playoff spot this year. So yeah, and Detroit, man, I I don't know what happened. Like
I just think they came out a little flat. I think they, their
weren't gas up.
yeah,
I,
game plan wasn't executing. They were kind of just floating in mediocrity.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not worried. If I'm a
Um,
Detroit fan, I'm not worried. You get these, the first 3 or 4 games, and you're gonna hear me hit on this later, it's a feel out time. You're kind of just, you're doing your thing a little bit and you're working through it, you're working through some problems, and it's all good. So I'm not worried.
losing at home this early, getting punched in the mouth. Maybe that's what they needed.
That's what I was just about to say. Sometimes you need that tough loss in the first couple games to really shake the old cobwebs out and go, oh yeah, guess what? It's football season, boys.
What Amon Ra? Is he got hurt?
Well, I think he got hurt. Um, Stand by. I will pull up the report. Um, yeah, there was a couple big injuries in this game too, and that played a huge factor in it. You know,
Sam, that's the milk carton right now. Sam Laporta. Hello.
yeah. The biggest thing is, Detroit's defense is coming alive. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson was just eating the other day.
He
And
had 4 or 5 sacks already.
yeah, he might have broke the single Detroit pass rusher record too, which would have been really impressive uh,
Wow.
for a single game. I think it was 5. So if he got more than 5, it should have been should have been something. So Amon Ra is not on the injury report, but he is dealing with a leg injury, but is expected to be available for week 3. Uh, Full participant in Wednesday's practice.
4.5 sacks Hutchinson had.
We only have 4.5. Dang. Yeah. So
Still, 4.5. That's monster numbers.
it's a big game. I think they all came in the first quarter too.
Damn. But yeah, I picked Detroit to be in the Super Bowl earlier this year. I'm still standing by that. I feel like that team's too talented on offense not to be there competing in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a small blip in the radar. I think we're going to look back at this game as maybe one of those fluke games, or Tampa Bay is that good. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But all right, so moving on, we had Indy versus the Green Bay Packers. Uh, I was never an Anthony Richardson fan. I still am not an Anthony Richardson fan. And now we are starting to see your boy might stink. He's not looking good. He's throwing passes all over the fucking place. He's not connecting with receivers. You have this kid Adonai Mitchell who looks like a stud, but they can't connect. The two of them can't connect if you fucking handcuff them together. And it's
Listen, the other guy, opposite of Adonai Mitchell.
Pittman.
Yeah, Michael Pittman. He last year breakout with Gardner
Yeah.
as quarterback. This year, milk carton alert.
Yeah. Milk cartons are flying all around. They got faces all over them this year. It's an interesting year.
Pretty crazy start to the season that guys that you thought were going to be guys or supposed to be guys
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
can't find them. Can't find them.
The injury buzzsaw is just slaying. So
I mean, Green Bay wins this game without
it's all the fantasy teams who have been decimated already, and it's only week 2. Moment's over.
I have yet to be personally victimized by the injury pandemic, but I probably this my entire lineup and go bam out the window. But yeah, Green Bay winning minus Jordan Love relied heavily on the run game. Josh Jacobs, man, was hurting people. Hurting people.
He's running back this year, and it shows.
He always runs hard. Josh Jacobs is a Dog. Um, yeah, I he took over that game. They really Malik Willis didn't really need to do much. I mean, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed. It's this offense is not gonna be. It's gonna be the run show until Jordan Love comes back, and I think we're still probably 2 weeks.
I mean, he has a chance to play this weekend. If not this, it's looking really good for next weekend. I think it's crazy, but
Dude,
watch
I watched something in his knee explode in that replay.
and that's the thing where you look at it like look at Tua's situation, right? If you're a coach, why rush him back? If it's working with Malik Willis, and again, short test period, but if it's working, try again. You roll it back out there, see what
Yeah,
happens.
I don't think we see Jordan Love this week. Maybe next week. But yeah, to come away with a win that they probably shouldn't have come away with, you can't hate it. So, I mean, I think the story on that one is just Anthony Richardson not doesn't seem to be clicking right now. And I mean, he was a raw talent coming out. He was
I think it's just a lot of the steam has been taken out of him after getting hurt like that. Look at the Cam. We called it last year. We said it's the Cam Newton effect, right? You can't play physical football like that when there's bigger fish out there to fucking body you. And I think he's playing a little conservative.
he's
And
not though. That's what I'm getting at. That's like the accuracy. I feel like is a concern.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're limited in your physical abilities now, where you're you're not running like you were,
Yeah.
and you're shying away from the contact, which I said you should, you got to complete the passes. That's like you're a quarterback.
Yeah. And for the record, there was a little controversy in my picks. I did pick the Indianapolis Colts. The circle was actually for the one below that on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Circle gate.
Circle gate has been cleared up. I apologize, and you can see my so it was my picks were for the Colts and the Jaguars below that. The Bay in Green Bay is circled, so Circle Gate was valid.
Shout out to the circle gate. I'm glad we got that clarified there.
Yeah. But moving on, let's go to Jacksonville and the Cleveland Browns now. You heard my stance on T-Law. I don't, that team's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. Cleveland Cleveland looks like it's going to be the most inconsistent team in the world. Um,
Yeah.
does Deshaun Watson finish the year as a quarterback in the league? I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting every single week, every day I wake up to hear he's been put on the commissioner's exempt list, and
uh, you know, you know how we feel on this podcast right here.
yeah,
This is a very not pro butthole toucher podcast. So
we could beat him up later on. For me, it's just Jacksonville is now you're missing more pieces than you probably ever have. Christian Kirk is non-existent. That kid Robinson is the real deal, but he's a rookie, and a rookie wide receiver one is just it's a hard life. Etienne is Etienne doing Etienne things. Um, Cleveland, Amari Cooper. This is your notice. Where are you? Um,
get the milk carton out.
Carton out. And losing Njoku, that's a tough loss. I didn't see his injury report. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but uh, yeah,
Yeah, the Browns are the Browns, and I mean they came away with the dub. I uh, I figured their defense would be able to carry them, but yeah, it's just another meh game to me. Um, Brian Thomas Jr. feels like
Thomas, not Robinson, Thomas.
he could be a guy for T Law. I mean, he has all the makings of it so far. So we'll see if that's something that's consistent or not.
Yeah, I completely agree with all that. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Next up, we had the San Francisco 49ers at the Minnesota Vikings. Upset alert. Uh-oh.
Upset alert.
Uh-oh.
Good Lord.
I mean, listen, I love seeing the 49ers not be good, but let's be real. Kittle got hurt in this game. He goes down. Brock
Yep.
Purdy running for his life the entire game. No
Debo.
CM
No,
Debo.
no CMC.
Yeah. Like it's just
Jordan
not the
Mason.
team of 49ers that everybody like when they see like, oh, the 49ers, like it's not the same team.
Not the juggernaut. It's not the juggernaut that just stomps through people.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the road in Minnesota, Jordan Mason, no,
So,
no, no, no. If you have him in fantasy, if you picked him up, or if you drafted him before CMC went down,
smart.
give you the clap off right there. Brandon Ayuk still missed camp, holding out. He is getting his legs fresh, and I mean he's gonna need him. He's gonna need him this week because Debo's down now for a couple weeks. So this is gonna be a real test of Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Like now,
Now you get
now
to see
you a system quarterback, or are you a guy that can put the team on your shoulders and ride the wave? We'll find out with him. Minnesota, man.
Yeah.
Poof. Sam Darnold. This is Sam Darnold. Can't wait for him to have that interview of they wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
Yeah.
97-yard bomb to Jay Jettas.
Yeah. Just showing that, you might have a Sam Darnold, but if you're Justin Jefferson, you're going to go and still do Justin Jefferson things.
Best wide receiver on planet Earth. It makes things a lot easier. And we talked about this before the season. We were going to find out, like, is Justin Jefferson the real deal? Is he going to bring a mediocre quarterback and level him up? He's 2 weeks in, he's done exactly that. I know Justin Jefferson got dinged up a little bit too, so we'll see how he's looking for week 3. But yeah, that's a monster win for Minnesota at home against a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. Right now, Minnesota 2-0.
Yeah.
Like this,
pretty good.
This team is only probably going to get better. I mean, this is a team without TJ Hawkinson, a top 5 tight end in the league. Like, you're going to get him back at some point, probably halfway through the year, I would say. If Sam Darnold can just keep doing what he's doing, I think they have a good shot to be contenders in the North. I mean, Detroit's the odds-on favorite, and then it's kind of a crapshoot from there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, we'll see on that one. Moving on from them, what do we got?
So I'm looking. So let's just go to the Giants game. Let's get that.
All right, so let's start out with the team that you have formally sent in the walking papers to. You pink slipped them last week.
Yeah, it's a temporary restraining order, and I'm going to show you why in 30 seconds. But it's disgusting that you are the first team in NFL history to not allow a touchdown and you still lose. Field goals. You were beat by field goals. Speaking of field goals, the Giants lost because they didn't have a fucking kicker and had to go for 2 points, even though you knew Graham Gano was hurt. Again, I don't know what happened. Um, I wasn't really paying attention to this game, to be quite honest, because I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with, you know, with everything. I hate this team with an undying passion. Um, I loved Brian Dable as a coach. I loved Joe Shane as a GM. And but here's the thing. I am a New York guy through and through, right?
Uh-oh.
Through. I'll never
Uh-oh.
turn my back on New York. I can't. I just can't do it. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. So,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
so with that being said and demonstrated, I can never turn my back on New York. I hope the Giants don't win a single fucking game the rest of the year. We can draft Carson Beck or Quinn and go from there. But
Wow. Wow. What a statement right there.
yeah, take it, take it.
I I can't believe what I am witnessing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 For for those at home right now that are not watching on the YouTube,
Subscribe.
which you should like and subscribe to the YouTube. Mr. Ray Tremor just slapped on a number 8 Aaron Rodgers jersey here. So right now, Dano has no clue that this is happening right now.
And when he starts listening
Dano,
to this, he is gonna flip the fuck out and call
get your revolver out
yeah.
and just start firing one off into the Texas night right now. Yeehaw! Wow.
Yeah.
My God. So
That's how much I'm broken. The New York Giants have broken me. And
so I would like to, as we did this last week, in a prepared statement, our fiery leader over here, young Zachary, has granted me the permission to read this statement, and I will do so. And I quote: Brian Dable will lose his job not because of his ability as an offensive mind and play caller. He will lose his job due to his mismanagement of the 53-man roster. The hire of Shane Bowen is looking awful. And to not have a kicker ready every Sunday, malpractice. Malpractice right there.
now practice.
He continues to show his ineptitude in that area of coaching. Joe Shane needs to stay. Singletary, Neighbors, and the offensive line are the Giants' strengths right now. He's added a ton of talent to this team, but the coaches are not utilizing them properly. Mark him job security safe.
Props to Youngblood.
So, with that being said, who are the Giants going to draft at quarterback next year?
Carson Beck, baby. I am on Carson Beck watch.
I can't wait. Are you ready?
Don't do it to me.
Are you ready for Shador Sanders to come strolling through the fucking door of MetLife Stadium next year, rocking a fucking.
What? He
I
can't
was
wear
gonna.
0 or 1.
Ah, man, This screams Giants right now.
Listen, if Shador is the New York Giants quarterback, I
Should
will
don't.
I
Should
will
don't.
I will loosely watch and root for destruction. Um, it's because there's two things that's going to happen. If Shador Sanders is the quarterback of the New York Giants next year, number one, he's going to break because he is too frail of a personality to handle the New York media. Fact. He can't even handle the Colorado media.
Dude, he couldn't even shake the hands of that guy from Colorado State.
Yeah, and he's in another who did he play? He's in the face of some other quarterback, like just talking smack. Like you barely beat him, bro. Like I don't know. And the Giants are about will be stuck in the pit of misery, and nothing changes.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Carson Beck, man. It's Carson Beck. I know people are all on Quinn Ewers. I don't. Quinn Ewers injury history, and look right.
Hurt. He's
Arch
hurt.
Manning, Arch Manning is leading the number one team in college football.
Arch Manning. Let's put some respect on that man's name. Man, it's a shame that the Giants need a quarterback like yesterday and don't have the ability to wait on somebody like Arch Manning. You know who can wait, though?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Because, listen, we got Minshew for one more year. If he keeps doing what he's doing right now, fucking ride him out. Hello, Arch.
Give me Arch.
Yeah.
How's
Giants look awful.
How's the green and white looking?
It's different. I'm going to be honest right now. Me looking at this, hard to wrap my head around right now.
Listen, sometimes you got to do crazy things.
Listen, as long as it wasn't a Nick Mangold jersey, I could give a shit what jet you are rocking out right now.
It's the man.
But, yeah.
So all right, now we've went down that rabbit hole. We hit on the Giants. The Jets pull it out. I mean, the Titans are trash. Jets are starting to click. I do believe in my prepared statement. I said that week 3 Jets will be scary, and as I wear this number 8 right now, number 8 is out there doing number 8 things, leading the team and doing his thing, right? He's going to give you exactly what you expect, nothing more, nothing less, and he's making guys play. Mike Williams is catching balls. Braylon Allen's getting touches like Dano has demanded. Breece Hall is fucking.
That's just that guy is a monster.
Braylon Allen.
Aaron Rodgers seems to have taken a liking to him.
I can see why. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel right, hammering this down without even though I am the newest member of the JETS club, without Dano being here. I don't want to touch on it too much.
Oh my god! So now, wait a minute. So is this like a dual citizenship kind of thing?
I'm still loyal to New York, right?
But Cincinnati too, though.
Yeah. Let's be real. We know in about 5 minutes the borough's coming back on, but citizenship. Like I'm American, but on some days I'm Australian.
Okay. Well, Dano didn't prepare any statements, but our boy Zach had a quick hitter for the Jets. Again, a prepared statement. And I quote, "The defense is a concern, primarily the run defense. Rodgers can continuously bail out a bad defense in his 40s. Jets need to shore that up, or unnecessary losses might start happening." I completely agree with that. But right now, as we're live during the Thursday night football showdown between the Jets and the Patriots, the Jets defense is holding their own right now. So I think they'll be okay. I went on record and I almost picked them for 14 wins this year. They had that rough loss to a monster healthy 49ers team week 1. this team is going to catch fire and catch fire quickly. Like you said, Mike Williams coming off an ACL, he's going to get more looks. He's already looking for Garrett Wilson early and often. He has rekindled his love interest with Alan Lazard. Picked that back up. Brees Hall is doing Brees Hall things. Braylon Allen looks like he's a wrecking ball. I don't. This Jets team is going to be tough, especially in a division now where Tua is going to be missing for multiple weeks. This is a real opportunity for the Jets to put some distance in the AFC East. The only thing they have to worry about right now is the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think this team has the potential to catch fire, and if they do, watch out. They have all the pieces. So, jet up.
Oh my god, he did not just hit me with a jet up.
Jet up, baby.
But I will say, I am happy that the Jets won because that Mayo loving fuck. He fumbled the ball the same type of play he did last week in week 1. And man, the head coach blasted him in the post-game interview and said,
"Fuck are you thinking?"
Yeah, what are you fucking thinking?
Yeah,
thinking about putting mayo in fucking coffee.
Will Levis ain't it, and that's the proof is in the pudding. I mean, he just makes
the proof is in the mayo.
Oh,
what the fuck? I think we missed on Seattle and New England. That was New England's weird this year. I mean, the first 2 weeks staying in games, and now they're fucking getting roasted tonight by the Jets. Seattle are, I mean, 2-0. That 2-0 with an injured San Francisco team, they could be in the mix.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's right there. You know, they have some guys that are really not a renaissance, but now that week 1 and week 2 jitters are out, Jackson Smith and Jigwell looks
doggish. I think he just became a big option. Him and
he became the wide receiver too, easily.
Him and have a good rapport going right now. I definitely think that he's taken major strides in this year to becoming the wide receiver that we thought he was going to be coming out of college. DK Metcalf is a beast as always, but I thought that was a pretty good win on the road for Seattle.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry, I got to change scenery because my battery's dying.
No, so all good. While you're doing that, I'm gonna jump on over to the Arizona Cardinals, just thumping the Los Angeles Rams. And I mean, the Los Angeles Rams down Puka Nacua already. Cooper Kupp was like, hold my beer. I need to be injured too. Kyler Murray was like, I have not been playing Call of Duty. I am ready to throw touchdown passes to Marvin Harrison Jr. I will have no slander on my name right now, at least until mid-October when Call of Duty drops. That combination showing the potential of what we thought the potential was for them. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, the Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out party was fun to see. It needed Yeah, he is the real deal, and he showed it. So great to see. I'm all about it. I don't think Kyler is going to stay consistent. I just don't trust him. I can't trust him. I don't believe in him. But he's got the weapons. So it's Kyler or bust now.
Yeah, I definitely think that if they can really get something together, that could be something special. I mean, Kyler was able to put together a good rapport with D Hop when he was there, Marquise Brown, um, Marvin Harrison Jr. Something special though.
Yeah, completely is. It's not even close.
Let's see, and then moving on, next one, Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin. He don't lose to rookie quarterbacks.
The Mike Tomlin effect is a real thing. I mean, I don't care what anyone says anymore. Um, the Mike Tomlin effect is and forever will be. As long as he exists in this league, it will be a real thing. Like he will keep a team and
Keep
he
him relevant. So keep him
yeah.
competitive.
So
I ugly game, not nothing pretty,
the only
but
thing pretty about it was the Pittsburgh defense. They are a force to be reckoned with. TJ Watt, early MVP candidate, defensive player of the year candidate. Um, it's there, man.
dude is dog,
He is
dog.
the dope.
Yeah, I really watching him play. He's a game wrecker.
Yeah.
100% game wrecker. Hard to hard to game plan for something like that when he can do so many different things. Um, I again, I'm never gonna pick Denver Broncos. Bo Nix, Bo no.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, listen, I still think what I see is Bo Nix is a NFL ready quarterback. I don't think the pieces are there for him. Um, you know, you lost a big weapon in Jerry Judy. Clearly, we see that in Cleveland, and I just think Bo needs time. Like we've talked about all these other guys. I think in a year or two, Bo might be that mediocre, middle of the road QB that he's a journeyman.
but Bo no. Bo no.
Yeah.
Um yeah. Next.
Yeah. Next. Thank you. Next.
Oof, this one.
Uh-oh.
See you've done a wardrobe change. Went back to the standard colors.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby.
Joe, can I just say, Joe Shiesty, man,
What did I
looking
fucking
fresh with
what
those
did I
fucking blonde tips. The blonde tips, man, I fucking love it, man.
do you know he threw over 100 yards more than Patrick Mahomes? Had a better QBR than Patrick Mahomes in this game. They lost on a field goal. I still think Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes head to head again. He brings Patrick Mahomes is the best in the world. It's God spiting me. Um, Patrick
Uh,
is the best in the world, right? He is. But those two bring out the fucking best in each other.
I
And
love watching.
I'll
That's
watch
how
that
Peyton Manning right there.
any given.
That's I love watching it. Dude, Jamar Chase, milk carton, milk carton.
I think you're gonna see and like I said, get in there, Brees. Um, like I said last week, man. Give them. Oh, that was Garrett Wilson. Give them more time, right? I think you're gonna see this week. T's gonna come back. So now you're gonna have T Higgins, Zach Moss, Jamar Chase out there. You're gonna have your weapons in place.
Garrett Wilson touchdown.
Was it Garrett Wilson? Um,
Beautiful out route.
you're gonna have your weapons in place. Joe is, his body's starting to click again. The rust is falling off. Uh, they're gonna be dangerous again, dude. Like, I told everybody, I said, watch out. Game three, game four, the Bengals are back, right? And this game against the Chief came down to a ref interference, last minute field goal. Say what you say. The Chiefs didn't deserve to win that game. Bullshit flag, as
Uh,
always.
uh,
As always.
I mean, you got to expect that, though. You know that's going to happen, and you cannot.
You can't
He
give
was
it to him.
early. He was early.
You
He
can't.
was
He
early.
mugged him. Listen, he mugged him, right? I think it was, if it wasn't the Chiefs and it wasn't the last play of the game, it's never going to be a flag. But in that situation, like you're saying, you can't give them the
Give
opportunity.
them the opportunity. That was boom.
Yeah, to give me all day. So sucks to see, but yeah, I think for your survivor pick people, give it another week or two, and the Bengals will be a safe pick for you again. Um, Joey B he's good, man. He's good when has the pocket, and like Dano says all the time, he is the best pocket passer in the NFL right now. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs need to be a little more worried losing Isaac Pacheco, the ultimate milk carton alert, Travis Kelce.
My boy. My boy.
Stop blowing up whatever T Swift is doing. Trade your Gucci hat. Take some notes from your brother, who is the GOAT, the better Kelsey brother, and go out and play football again. Because if you don't, then there's a door. Beat it. Go follow Taylor on her private jets around the world and sing songs and make friendship bracelets and do all this happy horse shit that you're doing. But if you're not going to play football and you want to build your friendship base, like, make a decision, because your boy Patrick out there needs you. And now that Pacheco's gone, the Chiefs need you. Rashee Rice is the real deal. He's out there fighting for his fucking life, and he's got no help.
Who would have thought that we'd be talking about Travis Kelsey going MIA?
I mean, unbelievable.
I think with Pacheco going down, though, we're gonna get a different Chiefs team. I mean, that Carson Steele, that long mane of blonde hair. I don't know what to expect from him. They just re-signed Kareem Hunt. We're gonna have another Kareem Hunt sighting in Kansas City, so we'll see what that leads to. But what I think that leads to is massive targets to Travis Kelsey early and often. And I think this will be the test of if Kelsey's gone Hollywood or not.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
well, definitely, this will be the tell this week, I feel like, with no Pacheco. Um, rolling into Sunday Night Football, we had the Bears losing to yeehaw, bam, Texas
Texas.
team, the real team in Texas.
So I'm going to give a pause for all of the Caleb Williams lovers and all the haters out there, because guess what, motherfuckers? Caleb Williams is a fraud. Fraudulent. He's fraudulent. Paints his nails and all this. Too
Easy, easy.
too much. It's too much. You maybe if you painted your nails like just one color and didn't theme them, you could actually spiral. Like, I don't know if it's throwing them off. I don't know what it's doing, but guess what? I said last week he was going to get exposed, and he's going to get exposed real soon, and it's happening. It's happening in front of our eyes. Now, in our defense, we always say, we have said the last hour, maybe these guys deserve a little time to develop and this and that. But this dude thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. If you watch Hard Knocks and you still like him as a player, then I don't know what you're seeing. But it's not like, there's an arrogance to him that really turns me off.
All
And
right, all right, all right. Post game, the
I was just
L,
about to go here. So
DJ Stroud, my pick for MVP, $25 on there. Smash that down. I still hammer that down. The congratulatory post game, the handshake, the dap up, you did good. And Stroud gets in there. He's like, listen, this is just a blip on the radar. You're a young kid. Fucking starts to walk away. CJ Stroud was like, no, you're going to listen to this. Pulls him back in, gives him another pep talk. And you could just look like the arrogance in his eyes and just that, whatever, I don't need to be hearing this. No, you do need to be hearing it. And CJ Stroud is a perfect example of who to hear it from because that's a dude that came in day one and made a difference.
yeah, from the jump. And not
From
even that. There was another,
no business
I don't know if
being
it was
something.
confirmed or not, but I think I saw Caleb Williams say something to the effect of like, I don't need advice in his post game interview. And if that is true and confirmed, I will forever spend the rest of Caleb Williams' short career rooting against him and waiting for his benching.
I listen, I you can't argue that if that's the case because dude, this league
Not
the,
for long. NFL.
the margin for error in this league is so slim and then a bad attitude or just that diva mentality not for long, right?
Not for long.
On to Monday night. Primetime game. Kurt Cobain comes into Philadelphia and shows what a 2 minute drill looks like, but he did it in 40 seconds. Game winning drive at the end there. Charged the Falcons down the field to steal a dub in Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley looks like he's a monster for Philadelphia. They just need to run that off, funnel the offense through him. Dropped a crucial third down and effectively gave the ball back to the Falcons and a team that was sputtering for the majority of the time in 2 minute offense. They looked phenomenal. Jalen Hurts turned the ball over again. Panic alert?
No, I don't think so. Um, I don't think it's panic alert. I think that you saw a team with one of the best offensive lines in the world last year lose their heart and soul in Jason Kelsey, right? The Jason Kelsey effect is a real thing, and we're seeing it right now because not only was he the heart and soul of that offensive line, he was the heart and soul of that team and offense. And they are dealing with a fallout where they're for some tough times, man. And I believe in Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a leader. I think he's going to rally that team back around him, and you're going to see that team succeed. I don't buy into the Rizzo slander and all this other shit, but I think it'll get figured out. I don't think they're world championship caliber this year, but I still
I,
believe in Jalen Hurts.
I shed a lot of doubt. Jalen Hurts was the other guy that I doubted coming in. And I think he's not showing me anything right now. Not that he has to show me shit, but
I mean, I give it to you like this, right? Your game one was in Brazil on a soccer field from hell. Um, that was a Saquon takeover game. This was your first true game where you had to go through some stuff, and it was a primetime game. So you're back to back prime times. Traveled from Brazil back and forth. It's just a lot. Oh, do we have a potential Drake May sighting coming up? No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, I give it again. I give it time. I try not to overreact too much in the first 2 weeks. I think it's just a matter of time. And if 2 weeks from now we're having the same conversation, I'm with you. I'm on board. But right now, I still think it's okay.
I mean, heartbreaking loss. I don't know how many more of those they could take in Philly before Eagles fans start getting chirpy.
That's what you got to worry about.
Because what was it? I saw something to the effect of, hang on, I think let's go to another prepared statement from our boy Zach. Here we go. And I quote: Nick Sirianni needs to be fired in order for the Eagles to succeed. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are 2-9 in their last 11 games. Panic alert. Panic alert. Which ranks dead last in the NFC East. And with no A.J. Brown for a while, things can get rougher. I do not disagree with any of that. And when I saw that 2-9 in their last 11 games, that's pretty that's pretty concerning.
Yeah.
This is like Super Bowl hangover from 2 years ago, coupled into the fact of like just all the dysfunction that went into the end of last season is now back in the fold. I don't know what the problem is or what the disconnect is. So until they figure that out, the Eagles are a good team on paper. Offensively, defensively, like you see that team, you're like, they should be a team. But if they're not gelling and for whatever reason, then expect changes.
Yeah. I can completely agree with that.
So that being said, that was all of last week. Let's get into this week. We'll hammer out some picks. We'll hammer our matchups of the weeks, our blowouts, our sleepers, our fantasy players. I mean, we're already kicking off right now. We're live right now. Thursday night football. Jets are putting a first down, 21-3 currently against the New England Patriots. Dano right now is popping caps down in Texas. Just bang, bang, woo, yeah.
I just find out I was in a Jets jersey.
Oh man, I picture Dano right now. He
got his hand on the old belt, on the giant belt buckle.
Big old massive
with his
belt
boots
buckle.
and his spurs on. His
I picture big old cowboy hat like Wile E. Coyote out there.
Like a
Yeah, big old 10-gallon hat. And now after this win, he is just gonna poof, tink, bam, 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 just fire them off into the sky. Yeah, Rodgers looking like a dog. He's spreading the ball around, scrambled a few times.
5 for 5 on the run right now. 65.
So
Aaron looks at Aaron like, I mean,
I think we
all you're beating your your rival. Punt, touchdown, missed field goal, touchdown, man. That's a good night. That's a good night. I took the Jets with the spread. They were getting 6.5 points. I easily took that. And
yeah, this was a family pick. I taking a money line. Dano took them. Zach took them. It was jet up in this bitch. Jet the fuck up. All right. So now week 2 started off the New York Football Giants on the road against
a superior defense. So let's be real, Giants fans. Those of you that are left, uh, fade,
Smoke.
fade the New York Giants, my former football team. Fade them with everything you got. The Cleveland's getting 6.5. Um, I think if you want a safe bet, I think you take Cleveland money line. I think the Giants will cover the 6.5 because they are fucking pesky and annoying. And because it's supposed to be a blowout, they're gonna sit there and put points up. Um, I mean, let's be real. Malik Neighbors had a little mini coming out party last week. He looked like he was the real deal, and
Dude, feed him targets. That's all the Giants need to do is just feed him targets.
yeah, Singletary looks back. So I wouldn't. I'm gonna take Cleveland. I'm not gonna take them getting the points. I would just take them straight money line, but fade the New York Giants the rest of the year
Listen, this is another family pick. Browns all the way around. We are down
with
to
the.
Brown. All right. Game 2 on deck. Chicago at Indianapolis. I feel like I'm gonna fade Caleb. I'm gonna hop on the train with you. I don't know if Anthony Richardson gets this right. More or less, Jonathan Taylor gets it right.
Read my mind.
Hammer, just hand the ball off and run the ball down their throats. I got the Colts. Dano got the Colts, and Zach is going with his upset of the week, Chicago Bears.
Wow. Okay. I don't understand how that's an upset. They're only a 1.5 spread. Um,
On
Chicago,
the road,
yeah,
it's Caleb.
Chicago's getting a 1.5. I'm taking Indianapolis,
Given the point.
1.5. Yeah, you said it best. I mean, I'm not even going to change any of your words. I think it's the JT game. I think they're going to just wear that defense down enough. Um, I think Anthony Richardson works on his targeting a little bit this week and connects with Adonai and Pittman, but Jonathan Taylor is going to be the star of the week. Um, Caleb is going to look more and more weak and just going to start getting frustrated, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But give me the Colts.
Next on deck, I got Green Bay. I'm taking them over Tennessee. I think even with Malik Willis, I don't like the guy that puts mayo in the coffee. I can't get behind that. Um, Fade Tennessee. Zach is taking Tennessee. Dano is taking the Packers with me. Where do you stand?
So as it stands right now, Tennessee is giving 2.5. Green Bay is getting 2.5. I'm going to take Green Bay getting 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see that. Again, Tennessee, as long as Will Levis is the quarterback, he's made two crucial mistakes back to back weeks, and I can't.
Overs.
Yeah,
Turnover kill you.
yeah, I can't support the Tennessee team until that happens. I will say no. I'll wait till later for that one, but I'll add to this later, and it'll make more sense with my Tennessee pick. But I have a little snidbit in the end, but um, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean Tennessee is again the graveyard for wide receivers. The corpse of DeAndre Hopkins is now injured. Fade, fade. Anytime a wide receiver, Calvin Ridley, see you later. It's done. Um, Next, what we rocking with? Go Houston against Minnesota. Bang out, ball out. CJ Stroud. Dog talking this week.
So the spread is Houston -4.5, Minnesota +4.5, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm regardless of the spread, I'm taking Texans. Dano's taking Texans. and Zach is taking. Oh my God, taking the Vikings at home.
Out Zach on some shit this week.
Wow, my man, right now.
I mean,
Woo!
this is. I have two games of the week, right? My early my early game of the week is this one. My the 1 o'clock frame. This is my 1 o'clock game of the week, right? I think it's gonna be high scoring, high shooting, lock in a Jay Jetta touchdown, lock in um Stephon Diggs touchdown. Like it's just it's gonna be offense. It's gonna be straight fire offense. CJ Stroud is gonna be just
Oh boy. Quentin Moses just went down, just blew his knee out.
nice.
Wow. Got rolled into. That's massive for the Jets. They just lost their right tackle. Woo wee. Hate to see that.
See it.
That's bad.
Yeah, so I mean, oof, and a bad Aaron sack too.
Or Morgan Moses. I'm sorry. He's his
His knees.
Shredzilla. Um,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm taking Houston
H Town, baby.
with the points.
H Town.
Yeah, even with their running back situation, I still I gotta back them up. I like CJ Stroud. I think he's doing great things. So send me Houston.
All right. Well, on to the next one. Go Philly on the road. My boy, Derek Carr. It's not really an upset, but I'm going with it as my upset pick of the week. No Derek Carr slander. We are going to continue riding the DC4 train out here. Monster matchup. This, I mean,
Not to
this.
surprise anybody, but guess what? Your dirty dogs are locked in. This is my
Boom!
out of the week. Nola, baby.
We are barking right now. And the Derek Carr slander was never a thing here.
Ain't here. Look at us. Look at us. Ain't here.
Ain't here. Look at these eyes. Look at these eyes right here. Yeah. No slander on my part there. I got Dano jumping on the fucking wagon, baby. He is on a mission with us, and oh, family pick. We are all fading the Eagles this week. DC4. That's it. Our official jersey sponsor. Shout out to DH Gate. We might have to throw in a quick whip of some DC4 Saints jerseys for us.
For all you watching on the show, our official sponsor, DHgate, brought me that nice, beautiful Aaron Rodgers jersey in a short amount of time. So thank you to our beautiful sponsors for that.
Shout out. Flying Jersey 88, we love you. Hammer it down. Yeah, I think the Philly problems continue, especially on the road. A Superdome is going to be.
Hey, Morgan Moses walking off the field.
Shout out. But I think it's going to be electric there. DC4 hitting Rashid Shaheed with one of those massive touchdowns. I get behind it all day. Next, we're going 2-2-0 teams right now, two undefeateds. The Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I gotta go Legitsburg on this one. Mike Tomlin. I think this is a coach's duel right here. A Harbaugh versus Tomlin. This is a good matchup. I think Pittsburgh at home, their defense, TJ Watt is going to be the game wrecker on here.
Yeah,
Zach,
and they're playing.
Steelers. Dano's taking Steelers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers too. The Chargers are playing at Pittsburgh, right? They're playing at Heinz Field against Mike Tomlin. flying across the country. Chargers are still a young team. They're still putting the pieces together. You know, that Steeler defense is gonna give J.K. Dobbins a tough day. Um, Justin Herbert is banged up, right? He is banged up. He's not 100%. TJ Watt is gonna feed and gosh,
Yeah, listen, it's a foot injury for Herbert, so trying to escape the pocket and there Watt's going to make him uncomfortable. That's the name of the game is just make Herbert uncomfortable and see
uh,
what happens
if
there.
you have Justin Herbert as your quarterback, this is the week you might want to bench him or trade him because good luck.
It's going to be bad. Next on the list, 0-2 Denver Broncos. They're going to Tampa. Baker and the boys. Baker and the boys. We're going 3-0. 3-0. Dan's taking the Bucks. Zach is taking the Bucks. This is his blowout of the week. Yeah, buckle up. Denver Bono. That's what it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't see good things happening in this one. That offense down in Tampa Bay is revved up.
Yeah, I mean they're firing on all cylinders. We discussed it before. Godwin, Evans, Rashad White, Baker. Baker's looking great. Um, the only thing that worries me about Denver right now is the that all the fucking corner. What's his name? Simmons. Um,
Yeah,
he's a complete lockdown corner. So Godwin or Evans, one of them's probably gonna have a bad day, and I'm thinking it's gonna be Evans because he is the wide receiver one, and Simmons is gonna be on him all fucking day. So you might see one of those telltale games where like Evans is locked down in the first half and then Godwin starts going off. So they switch it around and then Godwin starts getting locked down and Evans goes off. Like it could be spread out. You could have that wide receiver three come out of nowhere and just start balling out that day too. So play your cards right, but this is the Bucks all day with not
and
even
you're talking about fucking Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain. Yes, I don't know why I'm saying Simmons. Patrick Surtain. Yeah, thank you.
I still think Tampa spreads it around enough where it's a difference maker. Tampa. And now for my blowout of the week, we're going ill intent, violence, physicality, and pain. Let's hear it for Raiders. I don't care if it's the Red Rifle at quarterback, it's Bryce Young, it's Who's Your Mama, Your Sister's Ass. The Raiders at home opener for us, not losing. Look for a monster showing.
Yeah, you look to see.
Look for Raiders defense putting points on the board this week.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, shout out to my original OG Cincinnati Bengal, where it all
Where it all began.
my old 14 orange jersey still up in the fucking rafters in my closet. The red rifle, my dude Andy Dalton. Shout out for being out there, still doing it, still slinging it. But man, God help you this week because Mad Max at home.
uh,
Whew, yikes. It's going to be a bloodbath. This is my blowout of the week. It's,
oh,
it's going to be
98 right here, just wrecking lives. You thought it was bad when he was smashing Lamar. That sack that he had on Lamar, he put Lamar
down.
in the dirt.
Lamar didn't look right after, did he?
I no, and I
mean,
I
if
don't
you
know.
got a couple DraftKings bucks sitting around, I would put $5 on the Oakland Raider defense to score your first touchdown.
Oh my God. Oh, that would be a beautiful hit right there. We'll we'll put that in the bank right there. We'll lock it in into the bet sleeve so I can check my parlays on Sunday. Shout
So
out to my wife. Thank you for that, by the way. Um, yeah, I I have too much confidence in the Raiders after going into Baltimore, taking the dub to go back home and put up an L against the Panthers.
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm
Every
sorry.
survivor pool, fade the Panthers this week,
Yeah,
hammer it down on you boys, and
yeah.
hopefully,
I got the
hopefully this time.
three survivor pool picks. I'm picking the Raiders. I'm so locked in on this. Like, to me, it's not even a question about this game. Like, it is the next time that the Panthers have a remote chance at one victory, and this is probably the Carson Beck game, is the Germany game versus the Giants and Panthers.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's
I I we have to watch that game together because that right there.
thank God it's going to be at like 6 a.m. So luckily, when you wake up, the pain should be over, and you know who's drafting Carson Beck. So
Kegs and eggs, baby.
you know,
Uh, all right, on to the next one. Miami at Seattle. A Tua-less Miami team. I'm going with Seattle on this one. I they're playing inspired ball right now, and Miami is kind of a clusterfuck. Um, yeah, I gotta go. I'm going Seahawks. Dan's taking the Seahawks, and Zach is taking the Seahawks as well.
Seahawks.
Family pick. Mike Tellep, you hate to see it. Get your shit in order. Hopefully, by the time the Raiders roll in November, Tua's back or somebody's maybe Tannehill comes back. Who knows? We were talking about last week. Tannehill's still available. Maybe they kick the tread on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to click in Seattle. Like Gino's going to find the pieces. Not having Tua is really going to hurt the Dolphins. I think they're going to slow that offense down for at least a game or two, and until Tua comes back, if he comes back, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but right now, I mean, Miami is not the AFC favorite like they used to be, and you got to watch out.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Aaron Rodgers running around on the field right now.
Yeah.
Dude is testing out that Achilles first. Or
So let me tell you, look at him. Look at him go. Look at his slide.
that's how you slide. Um, On to the next one. My matchup of the week, a banger. Baltimore Ravens looking to get their first dub against the Dallas Cowboys. I've got Dallas winning this game. Baltimore going down 0-3, not on anyone's bingo card. I think a little bit of panic starts to set in. This is also Zach's matchup of the week. He's got it going the other way. He's got the Ravens taking the edge. Dano's also taking the Ravens. I feel I'm the minority right now. We got a split decision, baby.
Yeah, no, this is my second matchup of the week as well. Because if the Ravens do lose, it is panic time. But I'm picking the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys just got embarrassed. They got their shit kicked in. Uh, they're coming out fired up. Like Dak and CeeDee Lamb are coming out fired up. Um, it's you're crazy if you think that the Cowboys aren't going to come out and play inspired football, right? The playbook has just shown you the past 2 weeks how to really upset Baltimore and how to slow them down, right?
Dallas has the defense to do that. Micah Parsons needs to be in his face.
Thank you. So I'm picking Dallas. I'm picking Dallas getting. Oh no, I'm sorry. Dallas is giving a point and a half. So send it all day long.
Boom, right there. On to the next one. You got a couple banged up teams out in the West. San Francisco 49ers going against a limping puppy right now in the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, they're getting a Kaputski put to them this week. Yeah, I'm not betting against the Niners on this one, even away.
It's a dropped touchdown from Mike Williams. You hate to see.
I hate to see it. You got it swatted out of his hands. Dan's going Niners. Zach's going Niners. Family pick. Oh my god!
In my, did I give an upset of the week already? Yeah, I did. I picked Nola. I picked Nola. But in the real, I picked two of everything this week. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I'm picking the Rams because I think these young receivers out here are going to have a career day. Um, Denard, or was it not Denard Robinson? Demar. There's two young Rams receivers that are really good, right? And they're gonna show out.
Oh,
Kyron Williams is having a quietly great season. Um, you have Blake Corum, who hasn't really done much yet. There's still weapons to be used in LA.
so
Uh,
I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're putting your stock right now, your chips, in Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson, and Tutu Atwell.
yes, yes, I am.
Bold move from a bold man.
Old man, I'm a bad man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going with the upset here. I think the Rams, everyone's written them off, right? Everyone's talking shit right now. LA sucks. LA's not what it used to be. Your boy was just out in LA 6 days ago, and let me tell you, it's
you're
beautiful.
hanging out with the homeless people, pooping on the streets.
Yeah, it's a little weird. No, that's San Francisco, right? San Francisco sucks. LA doesn't suck.
They're both shitholes.
They are. But no, I think you're starting to see some things in San Francisco, right? I mean, listen, no Debo. Nick Bosa's banged up. No CMC. This is the Brock Purdy game. And I think, there's some things I don't think he should have a problem, but it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure when you're missing your best pieces, right? And maybe this is the game where Brock Purdy shits the bed finally. I'm taking a little chance on it. I'm taking a little chance, and I'm just going because if I'm right, I'm right, and if I'm wrong, I'm not that wrong.
I get it. I get it. If you hit on this, you look like a genius saying Tutu Atwell, Demarcus Robinson are going to be dogs of the week. We'll see. Um, Detroit Lions against Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, this has the potential to be a game of the week. It should be explosive, but I think Aiden Hutchinson eats that little midget. I'm taking Detroit all day long. Again, a bounce back game. They just got him back.
Pick, because you know what they are going to be?
Fired up. Gassed up.
Gassed up. That's after taking that loss at home. Even if Amon-Ra's not going to play, I just,
Yeah, and
dude,
he was a
Jameson
full
Williams. That's Jameson Williams alert. Hello, finally healthy. Not oh wow, brushing him off.
fuck that.
What?
He's probably
Wow.
betting something, just waiting.
No. Wow. We got some Jameson Williams slander right now.
Big slander. He cost
What?
me a week one win. It's burned me way too many times.
Hate to see that. That right there. That's fantasy football bitterness right there. Right.
Yeah.
Do me a favor right now. For all those that are watching right now on YouTube, just ball that hand up, just open it up, and just let that shit go, man. Just let that shit go. Yeah, it's Detroit Rock City, baby. This get back on KC Atlanta. Kirk Bangs at home, looking to build off of that dramatic win on Monday night. KC wins, goes 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I got KC winning this. Travis Kelce comes back to life. He loses his friendship bracelet and figures out how to play football again. KC.
I think Travis Kelce does it still with the friendship bracelet. Dano says otherwise. Dano says, you know what? I got the Falcons on this one. I mean, it's hard to argue with just the way they finished that game. They should have a lot of momentum. Kirk Cousins has a lot to build off of. Bijan Robinson is just a dog. But yeah, I know it's home, but it's still Patrick Mahomes' world, and we're just living in it. I don't expect much to change from that aspect. That is the Sunday night game. Going to Monday night, we got the double dip. We got 2 Monday night games. I don't know why they're doing 2 Monday night games, but fuck it, that's cool. We'll go with the first one, Jacksonville on the road, going to Buffalo, New York. I feel like this is a no-brainer. A no-brainer for everyone but Ray, apparently, by that smirk on his face. Zach's taking the Bills. Dano's taking the Bills. I'm taking Josh Allen. Not the Bills, just Josh Allen. And Ray, the floor is yours.
I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars, getting 5.5 points. I think listen, it's week 3, right? Week 3, people start to figure it out. You've seen tape on the teams. You've seen where your problems are starting to get corrected, and we're making course adjustments here, right? We're making some adjustments. I'm a T-Law believer. I think the Buffalo Bills we saw was Miami came out flat. Tua gets hurt, and they kind of just rode that wave into what was a big loss for Miami and a huge win for the Buffalo Bills. I think their overconfidence hurts them. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars come into town. It's not the Buffalo of scary Buffalo right now. It's a beautiful 70 degrees there on Sunday, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to play a nice easy weather game. Sorry, I didn't mean easy game, an easy weather game. And I think T-Law balls out. Christian Kirk is found in the pregame and brought back out on the field.
They take away his face off of the milk cartons.
Turn that milk carton in. We found our guy. Here's a reward. Thanks. And the reward is a Jacksonville Jaguars dub in Buffalo.
All right. Now, for the piece de resistance, the main event of the evening. I'm going to just give the floor up right now. You got the Washington Commanders on the road against the winless 0-2 Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Splatties right now. Ray, how is this winding up?
So before I get into my team, I forgot to give Washington its flowers before. Jaden Daniels, I understand why Brian Dable wanted him so bad. I wish he was the quarterback of the New York Giants right now. My restraining order against them might not be in effect if that were the case. But alas, They are. So props to the Washington Redskins. Wow, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, whoa, whoa. And this is the perfect time for me to
Hey,
say the
say your piece.
thoughts and views expressed on this podcast by certain individuals are not reflective of the views of the podcast as a whole. And we do apologize for that slip up of the tongue. Commanders, he meant. Commanders.
Commanders. Um, yeah, so shout out to the Commanders. They have a bright future ahead of them. New York Giants are going to be in the pit of misery forever anyway. So,
Dilly
but
dilly.
uh, yeah, Cincinnati is giving 7.5 points. I think that's a little disrespectful to Washington. But guess what? You had a full boat in Cincinnati next week. T is back. Jamar Chase is going to wake up and realize, oh, I need to, if I want to get paid, I got to play football. So that's what's going to
Take his face off of the milk carton.
cap it off, right? Historically, right? Let's be real. The Cincinnati Bengals have been 0-2 and made it to the Super Bowl. Does not happen like that this year, but they wake up. They wake up in week 3. Week 4, it's all systems go. This is the wake up point, right? Joe Shiesty's going to go out there, throw for another 250, 3 tuds. Cincinnati wins it.
Woo-hoo-hoo. 253 tutties. Wow.
That Washington defense
It's
is
a family pick, so
yeah, the Washington defense is made of silk, man, and this is the best game. Like now that Joe's starting to feel a little confidence, and this is his coming out party. This is his welcome back party where he reminds everybody, yeah, I'm that dude that outdueled Patrick Mahomes last week, even though they lost. He still played better, had the better QBR. This is where he reminds the world, I'm still the next best thing in this fucking league. Watch this.
bold words from a bold man. Um yeah, I agree. I think Cincinnati, this is the get right game. If there was ever going to be a game where they just lit it up on the scoreboard, I feel like this could be it. A lot of potential for it. That being said, let's go to some fantasy picks of the week. We'll go with our fantasy player of the week.
Yeah. So mine's Joe Burrow. It's Joe. Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty with the frosted tips. Zach comes alive and says Mike Evans in his blowout of the week is going to be his fantasy player of the week. So Patrick Surtain, watch out. My fantasy player of the week is everyone's favorite friendship bracelet jangling, fucking mustache wearing Swifty of them all, Mr. Travis Kelce returns back to the scene. Big day. I'm talking double digit catches, 2 tutties. Let's just knock the dust off and give one of those in the end zone. That's my fantasy player of the week. Sleeper pick of the week.
We have Drake May warming up on the sidelines right now.
Oh well, yeah, it's 24-3 right now, so no
Who
time
were,
like the present.
who were Dano and Zach's or what did Dano give fantasy player of the week?
Dano did not submit fantasy player of the week, but I'm gonna say that he picked Aaron Rodgers as his fantasy player of the week.
I'm gonna say the same thing. Locked.
Boom. So Dano, shout out right there. Sleeper pick of the week for Zach. He's going with Deebo Samuel out. He's going with Joanne Jennings of the 49ers to make a difference.
Gross.
I don't know how I feel about that because I think Brandon Ayuk is going to come off the milk carton this week. But who's your fantasy sleeper?
My sleeper is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
All right.
Your wide receiver 3 for the Seattle Seahawks in a monster game again. Gonna put up points like you never seen.
Wide receiver 3, looking like a wide receiver 2, could be the wide receiver 1 by the end of the year. That's a prediction. My sleeper pick of the week, I'm going with Zamir White from the Raiders. The Carolina Panthers have been gashed on the ground. I think if there was ever going to be a game where Zamir White came alive, this is the one. This is the matchup right here. Get the motor going, get in the end zone, put yourself over 100, do something, figure out the zone scheme. That's my sleeper pick of the week. Yeah, that's it. That's week 3, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Dirty Dog Talk tonight. Thank you for listening. Maybe next time we'll get the core 4 together again. It's been a minute. So we'll see. By then,
It's NFL season. You're getting a new episode every week. Normally dropping on Thursday night. Your episode's going to drop on a Thursday night, pre-recorded on a Wednesday night. Little bit of a schedule fuckery this week.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's good.
We'll get back on track. Yeah. Do us a favor. Hop in the comments. Give us some thoughts. Who's your sleeper pick of the week? Who's your fantasy matchup? Who's your blowout of the week? We want to hear it. Get on the YouTube, like, subscribe. Same thing on Spotify. Remember, 1,000 subscribers. You know what that means. Ray's putting a tube on. We're getting along. That Carson Steele hair.
It's coming.
Oh, man. Big flowing, sweeping Clay Matthews hair. But yeah, this is it. We're just getting started with the season. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week on Dawg Talk Sports. Hoorah!